Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Sir, could we please add the Google form on the chat, the YouTube description?
Yes, ma'am. Already told, ma'am.
Okay, sir. When are we starting, sir? Okay, it's already
Sharp
live.
11 o'clock, ma'am.
Okay.
Tulti, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, வேற யாராவது உங்களை கோவஸ் பண்ணலாம் இல்ல நீங்களே இருந்தா போதுங்களா?
Just on the link ஒன்ன போதும், sir.
எது மேடம்?
அந்த லிங்க் ஒன்ன போட்டுருங்க சார் போதும். ஸோ அந்த கூகுள் ஃபார்ம் லிங்க் ஒன்று ஷேர் பண்ணா போதும்.
அது யூடியூப்ல நாங்க ஷேர் பண்ணிட்டோம் மேம். டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன்ல ஷேர் பண்ணியாச்சு.
அப்புறம் இங்க பிரவேஷ் இருக்காரு. அவர் பிரசன்டேஷன் பார்த்துப்பாரு. நான் இங்க பேசுறேன். அவ்வளவுதான் சார். வேற ஒண்ணுமே தேவையில்லை.
ஓகே மேம்.
தேங்க்யூ சார்.
ஷார்ப்பா 11க்கு ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணீங்க மேம். ஷார்ப்பா நான் போயிட்டு யூடியூப் பாக்குறேன் நான் ஏதாவது இஷ்யூஸ் இருக்கான்ட்டு.
சரி சார்.
ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ மேம்.
Hello all, let's wait a few more minutes to allow everyone to join before we get started. So please stay online and we'll catch up soon. Thank you all for being here, and a very warm welcome to the exciting journey of Litcoder. Before we begin our journey and me taking you through what Litcoder is all about, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Shruti, and I've been part of the Litcoder team since its inception. And I currently head a department called as the Growth and Advisory Practices. So just let's give it a couple of minutes till the entire crew joins, and then I'll take you through the structure that we've planned for the next 1 hour. All right, so let's begin. Before we explore what is this Litcoder program all about, today I'll be talking about the concept and criticality of code quality. Then I'll give you an overview and the key aspects of the VIT Litcoder program. And then I'll also address any questions that any of you may have. And since this program today is more of a one-way communication, if you do have any questions, check out the description. There is a small Google form. You can fill that in. You can share your comments. You can share your feedback or any questions that you have regarding the program. So without further delay, let's get started. I think we should all start by asking ourselves, where does India stand among the world's best programmers? Any guesses? Now that you've already seen Ukraine is there, but apart from that, where do you think India stands? Just take a moment to think about it. Let's see what the data says. Apart from UK holding the first position, we have China at the second, Poland at the third, and as we move down the list, we see India at the 10th position. Interesting, isn't it? So why do you think this is? The answer is pretty simple. So we did compare it with what it is with our neighboring country, which is China. And in the recent data collected among students in India, it was found that 37.7% of the students face challenges in writing code that compiles. While in China, the number is significantly lower at 10.35%. Moreover, a study by Mint highlights that over 60% of developer candidates in India encounter difficulties while writing code that compiles. So do keep in mind that writing compilable codes is a direct result of code quality. So why is this emphasis on code quality, you may ask? So today it's more of a technical concern. Beyond a technical concern, we have businesses looking at it because good code ensures seamless operation, happy customers, and a strong brand image. So code quality is very, very important for all the young coders to look out there. Another critical parameter that businesses focus on is code, which in terms of code quality is technical debt. So what is this technical debt all about? It's the time developers spend in supporting legacy systems and in dealing with bad softwares. And did you know companies lose up to 300 billion year paying a technical debt, of which 85 billion is just in dealing with poor quality code. So to put this in perspective in terms of India's budget allocation, it's equivalent in terms of like when you combine the budgets of education and defense spend, that's how much of amount it's amounts up to in terms of dealing with poor quality code. And did you also know that engineers today spend 33% or more of their time in dealing with technical debt? So let's look at what some of our experts say in terms of like who have been in the industry. People have written books about what this code quality is all about. If I have to tell you something, like you can just take a moment to read through it. It's while there are a few of them that do have a humorous quote to it, but it is very true in terms of what they also have to say about code quality in general. So, what are the expectations of the industry today? So, the traditional approach of software development has evolved over time. It now involves collaboration of smaller specialized teams instead of one large team. These teams are proficient in various domains encompassing front end, back end, DevOps, everything put together. The functions effectively in diverse, multicultural, geography dispersed setting, facilitating seamless collaborations across different time zones and regions. The methodology is highly adaptive and ensuring swift alignment to client needs. So, what are the expectations the industry has from you? You have to hit the ground running from day one. You have to possess versatile set of skills, be a well-rounded person, which basically means being proficient in front end, back end development, being more proactive and understand your teamwork's collaboration and collaborate with them, produce efficient, scalable, error-free, clean codes. So these are what the industry expects of you, and these are some of the skill sets that they expect from you. Take a moment to look at it. Now let's delve deeper into why do these organizations have these expectations and they expect you to have these skills from day one. When you join a software project, you'll go through some training and then be instantly assigned to a specific project. You will receive a basic knowledge, but you'll also face a steep learning curve. You'll have to tackle challenges with unfamiliar tools, new coding standards, tight deadlines, and working with restricted internet access due to client security requirements. So you won't be able to have access to your chat GPTs and other AI platforms. Despite all these challenges, you're expected to quickly adapt and understand the code base. So, where is this gap all about, right? And while organizations have these expectations, colleges are working towards providing you with strong foundation in programming and basics. You are already familiar with tools and use external platforms for learning. However, what is happening is that you work on small projects, you lack experience when it comes to working with larger industry grade software demands. And sometimes we've also seen that you lack the knowledge and skills required to incorporate considerations such as scalability, flexibility, and other parts of quality while writing a code. So, what does this code quality do? It acts as a bridge between what you've learned in college versus when you transit into a professional world. It helps you understand the industry expectations. It teaches you the difference between industrial strength softwares and coding practices. You'll also grasp the importance of efficiency, privacy, security in writing clean codes. Additionally, you'll also learn to create codes that are reusable, easy to understand. So, having said that, take a moment to reflect on how good is your code quality or the quality of code that you write today. Just take a moment to think about it. So, these are the parameters that are there. And let's explore what is code quality all about and what it means. It is as simple as this: a code that is well designed, well written, easily understood, maintainable, adaptable as the system evolves. It also relates to managing technical debt. So these are the parameters that we have. Just take a moment to go through it because we will also help you understand it through a client case study, but just take a moment to read through these. So this is what it means when we say code quality, re-emphasizing it. A code that is well designed, well written, easily understood because you're working with teams across geographies, different time zones, so it should be easily understood, maintainable, adaptable, or expandable as the system evolves, and also being able to manage anything to do with technical debt. And as I said earlier, technical debt is the time it takes to deal with legacy systems and bad code that is written. So the minimal technical debt, the better the quality of code is. So now let me take you through an example to understand this better. This is a client case study that we also have come across. So think of it like this. Okay, like there is a software firm, and what they've done is they've developed a successful web-based accounting software exclusively for the region of Tamil Nadu. They incorporate all the Tamil Nadu based local taxes, local land transaction, and the developers have hard coded it for Tamil Nadu. It's a single web based server and it supports all the clients and the customers in that region. And this software is a super hit when it comes to the Tamil Nadu region. However, because of limited number of customers being from one state, the firm's marketing executives show this software to potential customers in different regions, say neighboring regions such as Karnataka. The customers are impressed by the way it performs, and they've asked the firm to develop the software by adding new accounting and tax features, however specific to Karnataka, and having it in the Kannada language. Now the team starts to scramble because they use the Tamil software as the base, modify it to Kannada, and they create they add in Karnataka's local languages. And what we have noticed is about 30% of the original software was changed to suit Karnataka's requirement. They deploy the software on the new server to serve only the customers in Karnataka. Again, in Karnataka, this product is very successful. Let's think over these questions, all right? What aspects of code quality do you think the team has pushed in the background in their haste to get softwares ready for Karnataka? We have already taken you through different parameters such as flexibility, maintainability, and changeability. Do you think it affects any of these parameters? And do you think that there is no problem that with the code that they've written? Or do you think that all of the above that is mentioned has an issue, like the code that they've created has an issue? The answer is it's all of the above. And let me explain why. Code flexibility, when we say that, right? Because these guys have hard coded the software in the Tamil Nadu, they limited its adaptability. Ideally, the code should have been designed in such a way to accommodate different regions with minimal changes. But as I said earlier, they have 30% of the original code was changed. And coming to code maintainability, ideally, they should have been able to make swift and extensive instead of extensive modifications for Karnataka, this led to less maintainable code. So we have something called like it resembled a spaghetti code. While having a spaghetti code, it can make it difficult to identify, fix issues, or add new features in the future. So code maintainability became another issue. Then the next issue that the company will again face is to do with code changeability. While they successfully modified the code for Karnataka, these extensive changes could impede future modifications for other states. Because again, they've not incorporated it in languages that are multi-diverse and it's only specific to that particular region. The code base may be complex, less adaptable for future alterations. So what do you think would happen if they have to choose the same model to extend it to each and every states in India? What do you think would be the problems they face? Based on what I just said, take a moment to reflect about it. So we have already spoken about this important critical parameter that businesses look at, which is technical debt. It increases with each state-specific version, making the code less stable. Maintenance complexity. Managing and updating it to multiple regions becomes complex, leading to multiple bugs. 30% of a code being changed. Apart from that, if we have to extend it to other states, just think about the number of bugs it can encounter. Scalability issues. Adding more states may make the server management impractical. Languages and legal challenges, because they have to adapt it to multiple languages across different states. There are different laws, compliance issues that they have not considered. And they've been very focused on a particular state or a region. Resource inefficiencies. Running separate servers may not be cost effective, especially for smaller states, or even for that matter, the company itself. And a solution here is to just reevaluate the entire software architecture for modularity, flexibility, scalability, while maintaining code quality. Imagine if these things were already looked at in the beginning. How much of time, effort, resources, brand image, all of that could have been curtailed. So today, the need of the hour is not just code accuracy, which is all about the correctness of the code, but it is code quality, which is the internal health of a system, its robust nature, and so on. And what we have noticed is when we interact with recruiters across, like in product companies or any space in the IT field, they swift through numerous resumes and code samples daily. But they just don't see whether the code works. They seek robustness, they seek efficiency, they see is the code maintainable or not. So they look at code quality parameters, which is why they ask for the codes that are written. And they take that time and effort to go through it. But they make sure they look at it. So all the offers are made based on students who write clean, error-free codes. Therefore, in line with international parameters and DevOps processes, we at Litcoder assess 4 crucial key parameters and 16 sub-parameters, offering you a holistic view of where you stand today, giving you the edge over others in the industry and preparing you to be what it takes to be a lit coder. So you all associate with the word lit when I say it. So being a lit coder is what the platform is all about. At Litcoder, we have created a structure for you in collaboration with your college. This duration is, this program is going to run for 6 weeks. So what is the process that is involved? You will have to pick one language. Our team is there to support you throughout the entire process. So you will have to pick one language. We have 6 scripting languages that are available: C#, Java, JavaScript, Python, PHP, and C++. You will have to complete 2 labs and 1 contest every week. Do note, because it's a mixture of CS and non-CS students, the labs and contests, there are varying levels of difficulty that are assigned to CS and a non-CS student. So you can pick the labs that are assigned for you. We will be providing these checklists that will help you identify and complete the course in a timely manner. Following which, you can go through the report that is shared, go through the code improvement guide, and work towards writing cleaner and error-free codes. Do note the quality score will vary from one report to the other because each problem that is assigned will have a varying levels of parameters that you're being measured against. So these are some of the FAQs that we have put together. And how do you get started? So we have an email with login credentials that are sent to you. You will also receive a user manual. This is something that you'll receive on Monday. Go through it, and all you have to do is log in litcoder.io and nowhere else. As soon as you log in, you have the option also to change your password. So do not forget to change your password and make sure that that way your data is also protected. So let me just quickly take you through what are some of the functions that are available in the IDE environment that you have. So as you can see, that the place where there is a place where you can write the code. As soon as you write the code, there is a place where it says run and save. So run basically checks if the code is functional or not. You will have to rewrite the code, make changes to it, make it functional. And there is an option to save the code. So what does this functionality of save do? It saves your work done so far. You should do this frequently because saved submissions are evaluated. There is an option on the top where it says next and previous. Here it basically allows you to navigate through each of the questions in lab. Remember to save your work before navigating to next or previous question. There is an option to submit a lab. Once you've completed all the questions of the lab, you can submit the lab for review. Once the lab is submitted, you will not be able to take up the lab again. This is the same thing that works for a contest as well. So only submitted labs are reviewed. So say if you were to write the code and if you didn't save it and you directly click on submit, it will submit an in like not saved code. And it will still be evaluated. But however, what we recommend is as soon as you write the code, click on save. After that, submit. So apart from this, we've also had, because we ran this program with a set of your seniors, there were a couple of people who got back to us saying there was a blank screen and they didn't know what to do. So this happens because if there are profiles, so we have given you the logins, right? We have created a profile for you. So what we see is students go back and change the settings. This leads to a blank screen. So what we recommend is the login that we have provided. Apart from changing or resetting your password, we request you not to change any profile settings. Just stay with the Litcoder domain and do not go to any other domains and change anything. This also could happen because of a secondary reason, which is all about your internet and bandwidth issues. So if you don't have a right internet connectivity, it can still be seen as a blank screen. So at that time, what do you have to do? You will have to just check your internet connection and also remember to open an incognito window, Chrome browser, to get started on the entire platform and working with labs or contests. In case if this issue still persists, even after checking your internet and opening it in an incognito window, Chrome browser, reach out to the support team. So we will be this time providing a support form. That support form will help you with a basic set of FAQs that are there. Beyond that, if you still need support, you can enter it and within 24 to 48 hours, our team will resolve it for you. So as I said earlier, there are test cases that are not provided here. The reason why we don't provide test cases is very simple. In the real world scenario where you need to write and develop codes, as I said earlier, you don't have access to internet because of client security systems, or you may not get like help from other platforms. So you need to write code without predefined test cases. That is one of the expectations the industry has of you. You will, however, receive guidance regarding input and expected output values to help you navigate the coding challenge. But at the end of the day, we won't be providing test cases. It's just a guide for you to write the code. Here, remember, we are measuring your potential to write clean and quality codes and not code accuracy. This is something that I've already mentioned, but in case if you're facing a technical issue, you can contact support at Litwork or the support form. You can expect our team to resolve the issue within 24 to 48 hours, and we will reach out to you. Even it could, we will also be sending you learning materials, resources that will help you guide through the entire process. Should you have any questions, you can always write to us and we will be happy to support you with anything that you need. So these are the questions that we have put together. And if you have any questions, we'll take a couple of minutes. Please enter it in the Google form that is there in the YouTube description. And we will just open it here and discuss these questions. Okay, great. We have more than 1,000 students who have responded to the questions here. So, I mean, to the Google form. So let's just look at the questions. Okay, so there is a question here saying, do we have to pay? So we have worked with your college, and there is college will be taking care of it, and you can reach out to the CDC team for more information on this. But you don't have to pay anything on the platform. So all you have to do is go to litcoder.io, log in with the credentials we share with you. How to access the login credentials? So my team here will be emailing you the login credentials on by 9th October, after which you can log in and start. Please have some patience. We will send it to you, but you'll have to wait. We will be emailing it to you on the registered college email ID. We've got some feedback too, so thank you for that. How to start with Litcoder? As I said earlier, we will be sending you the login credentials, and there are every week you will have to complete 2 labs and 1 contest on the language, any of the languages that you pick. So there are 6 scripting languages. You'll have to select one language and complete it judiciously. And as I said, the code quality scores will keep varying from 1 contest to 1 lab. So just see your progress as to how you do from the beginning to the end. Will performance on Litcoder be an evaluation metric during your placements? We have been informed that you will have to take up the Litcoder program to be eligible for placements, but not as an evaluation metric. But for more information, again, you can contact the CDC team. They will be able to better help you with this than us. So as I said, this program is for 6 weeks. We have some exciting labs and contests that are there for you at varying levels of difficulty for CS and non-CS students. For non-CS students, we have basic intermediate questions, whereas for the CS students, we have some intermediate to advanced level questions. All of these are scripted by industry experts. So this is to just prepare you for what your future holds in coding. Is a lab time bound? So labs are like practice sessions. It is not time bound. You can come read up about it, go back and do it at your own convenient pace. However, contests are time bound. Usually they are scheduled for 45 minutes, but you can save and resume back later. Will Litcoder train us for LeetCode or HackerRank questions? Our answer here is very simple. We would look at ourselves as a platform that helps young coders understand the importance of writing cleaner, error-free codes. And it will train you for industry readiness and being able to start coding, as I said, in a more efficient, cleaner manner, error-free manner. When will it start? When will we get our credentials? As I said, we're planning to start it on 9th October based on the list that we have received from your college. In case if you don't receive an email, it's very simple. You can visit your CDC team, ask them if the name has been entered. If it's not, let them know. They will be sending us the details and we'll create the login credentials for you. How do we log in? You can go to litcoder.io and log in with the credentials we share. Why is it mandatory for students seeking core jobs in electrical and electronics engineering or any engineering for that matter? As engineering students, all of us are involved in some sort we are exposed to coding and codes. So knowing it is an added advantage for you because you're from an engineering background, and it opens up opportunities in the field. Materials for reference, tips to approach the problem for beginner, procedure for those who are part of the training program. Okay, so the question here is more about, we are beginners, so how do we take it forward? Very fair enough. You may not know anything about code quality, which is why we are here. So here we prepare you not just to solve a problem, but also solve it in a clean and efficient manner. So as I said, there is a code improvement guideline that is available after a report is generated. You can go through the improvement guidelines. It also says how to write a cleaner code. So there are the 16 international parameters that we are looking at. Under each of those parameters, we tell you what exactly has to be changed to make sure that the code quality is the highest and best. Thank you. There are really nice feedback. Very happy to see this. Is this course completely online or some parts of it will it be offline? So this course is such a way that you will have to do it. You won't be receiving a trainer or a mentor support. Here, what we will be doing is that you will be receiving communication from our team, which is Litcoder team. And we will be sending you first to begin with login credentials. You'll also be receiving some learning material checklist that will help you complete the course. And you'll also be receiving the code improvement guidelines and report for every lab and a contest that you complete and submit. So this is what it's in store for you. Okay. Yeah, you've not received the personal credentials because it will be sent to you only early next week, not right away. The rest, as I see here, are mostly feedback. So thank you so much. Is this preparation enough for placements? It's a very interesting question. It is your first step towards being prepared for placement. It is making you industry ready. Let me give you a quick example. So here we've interacted with one of the recruiters. So what they said is that they go to every college and they are interacting with the top-notch coders in colleges who also have their own startups, by the way. But the issue that they're finding is with technical debt. Technical debt has been a very critical parameter when it comes to what a recruiter looks at because it is the amount of rework, resources, time cost, as I said earlier. So it is a direction towards preparing you for placements. So work on it, work on your codes, learn to write better codes. So it is a preparation towards your placement. So here we have a candidate who's written, I'm excited to learn through Litcoder. We're also equally excited to work with all of you. So there were students who got back to us asking us to give them more challenging questions, even at an entry level, the beginner level. So the first few weeks, if you notice, the labs will be easy because it is to make you comfortable, familiar with the entire platform. So we begin with a familiarization module, after which your coursework in terms of your labs and contests will start. All you have to do is, so remember, as soon as you enter, all the languages are available. Labs and contests in all languages will be available, but you have to self-pace it and do it on each week. Do not rush through it. Take a week to complete 2 labs in one contest in one language and understand it, work on it. C++ is included. So we have 6 scripting languages. C++ is also part of it. Great. It's very nice for us also to hear. We have had a feedback here saying as per seniors feedback, it'll definitely gonna help us to do well in placements. So it's a very nice thing to hear. Thank you for sharing it. Will the grades from Litwork assessment affect college GPA? College GPA is completely by itself. Litcoder, Litwork program is completely different. So this is just to prepare you for your future placement readiness. That's about it. Waiting for the program to start. Even we are very eager to engage with all of you. Yeah, so here there is a question on how is the entire coursework going to be scheduled. So we will be providing you, as I said, a checklist with what will start, the timelines on it. So you can look at the schedule and work towards completing it as per the timelines that are set. Okay. Will the recording of this session be available for later reference? I don't think this session was recorded. However, do not worry. Our team is there to help you through the process. We will be providing learning materials, guidelines, user manuals to keep you equipped. And we will also share the information on technical debt, code quality parameters, and all of that for you to understand and learn better. Are questions very hard to solve? It varies from a CS and a non-CS student. See, it's as per industry standards. You can solve it and you'll also know where you stand, so you have time to work on it accordingly. Recorded version is available for the team, so thank you, CDC team. So we can share the recordings with you too. So it'll be made accessible as per CDC team. So duration of the course is for 6 weeks. This is the Litcoder program. And so you will be asked to complete 2 labs and 1 contest every week in one of the program languages that you pick, that you want to learn and become proficient in. Okay, so there is one question that says, I wanted to know whether we will be provided practice programming assessments during the course at regular intervals. Could you please tell? As I've been mentioning, there are 2 labs, which are practice labs, and 1 contest at the end of the week that you have to complete. So take it as this. Lab 1, lab 2, and contest is how you have to take the entire program out for every week for 6 weeks. You've already registered for Litcoder, which is why you're here. If you've received a mail from us on the orientation poster, so that's there. The course is self-paced. There is nothing like an important language. So we have a question saying which language is preferred for interviews in career. One important language. It depends on the course that you're going to take up and the field that you want to be in. And it varies from one language to another. And here at Litcoder, we're providing you the opportunity to work with 6 important scripting languages that they usually look at early stage careers. The rest is all feedback so far. Just quickly answering this question again, because here there is a question that says, how can Litcoder platform help us with placement preparation? How is this platform different from others? So what we have seen in the industry, as I said earlier, there are platforms that help you with understanding whether the code is correct or not. It is about code accuracy, whether you're writing proficient, whether you're writing the codes well. But here, what we're looking at is whether whatever the code that you've written, is it expandable, is it maintainable across all the 16 international quality parameters are being measured in it. So it makes you write and prepare for writing better codes, error-free codes that can be extended. So you're learning to write good codes and clean quality codes. Yeah, so the recording of the session is available and we'll see how it can be shared with all of you. You'll get your credentials early next week. You couldn't register, please let me know what to do. All you have to do is reach out to your CDC team. They already have a list of students that they've shared with us, and they'll help you with the registration process. So please reach out to your placement team. Is it possible for you to extend the registration dates? I was unable to register on time. It was a genuine mistake. So we're very happy that you want to be a part of it. All you have to do is contact your CDC and they will help you register. Again, we have a question here on what coding language should we be best at. It's very specific to the job that you want to apply to. Okay, the rest of it all is feedback. Can you add C++ in all week assignments? As you've mentioned, it'll come only later. Actually, the first 2 days or like the first few days will be a familiarization modules across all languages. All languages are made available to you from day one. So you will have C++ too. Here there's a question saying, will the contest be on every weekend? Actually, the labs and contests will be available for you the day one when you log in. So you will have to plan better. You can complete 2 labs. The expectation is for you to finish 2 labs and 1 contest every week in any of the languages that you choose. Yes, you have option to choose multiple languages and work on multiple languages. But what we suggest and recommend is pick one language and see through the entire thing so you become proficient and great at it. Okay, so there are questions on when will it start. It starts from next week, as I said. And this program is to just equip you about what Litcoder is and importance of code quality. It is self-paced. And there won't be test cases as we mentioned previously. However, you will get guidance on the input and output value. Great. So the rest of the questions are mainly to do with feedback. So thank you so much for sharing and being a part of this. And if you have any further questions, do mention it in the Google form shared with you. Our team will reach out to you and clarify any other questions that you have. And all the best for the entire program. And take the first step towards being a lit coder. And see you all at the end of 6 weeks to take feedback from you. So until then, signing off. Thank you, and have an amazing day. Thank you so much, team, for the support. And we'll be sending out the materials to students because there are members from CDC too. So thank you all, and we're leaving the meeting.